buy these Yu-Gi-Oh cards before they skyrocket in price. Big dog, I'm gonna be giving you the blueprint. Here you go, I'm handing it to you. And today, we're gonna be talking about some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you need to pick up because of the new Yu-Gi-Oh season before it's too late. Let's go ahead and jump on in. What's going on with ya, big dog? And it is an amazing... Bro! What following? I hope that your day phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. Big dog, today we're going to be talking about some really powerful cards that I think you should be picking up. And if you watched any of my previous videos of buy these cards before they skyrocket in price, you know that your boy is normally right. We've hit on so many good Yu-Gi-Oh cards over the course of the last few years. I'm pretty sure you guys have bought a house or something. I got my wallet and copium ready, Cali. No. As always, these videos are built to keep the little guy into the game. So please, guys, do not buy a million copies of a particular card. Let other people have an opportunity to get it. I also tell my Patreons the exact same thing because they get this information earlier as a special thank you for helping me pay my editors. The next thing is that while I am low-key all omnipotent, I do get things wrong. Of course, buy at your own risk and understand that we get more things right than wrong. In chat, they're going to be helping me out with the singles that you should be looking for. Make sure to use my TCG player link down below in the comment section. It helps me greatly. I think one of the biggest premises for this particular format is the 2024 Megatens. There are some cards that people are going to be looking at that aren't included in the Megatens, and then there are some cards that are just flat out really good that people have been sleeping on because they've been waiting on the ban list. I also think that there's some cards you should be looking into this for the future. So of course we're going to be talking about all of those cards, but the first card I want to talk to you about is a card that my mods actually brought to my attention. Shout out to my boy Closer You Look. It is Arms of the Return 0. Now, this is a level 10 synchro monster that requires a dark tuner, and it says when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish one monster from your graveyard with the same attribute and negate the activation. And if you do, destroy that monster. You can only banish each attribute once per turn to activate the effect of Arms Gen X Return 0. I think that Arms of Return Gen X 0 is really good. Before we start going into why people are focusing on this particular card, I think one of the biggest attributes about it is that it doesn't require Gen X cards to summon. The fact that there are so many good dark tuners in Yu-Gi-Oh right now that you could be using. Destrudo, Rocket Tracer, Centurion, Atri, Rocket Caliper, Assault Synchron, and Vision Resonator are just a few good tuners that you can use. Also, coincidentally, the horse monsters just so happen to be level 8. So a small Resonator horse package, or maybe even an Assault horse package, allows you to get access to a monster that can negate effects depending on the monsters in your graveyard. Players have started to realize that Arms of Gen X Return 0 can stop any monster effects anywhere. As long as you have a light monster in your graveyard, you can banish that card from the graveyard to be able to stop monster effects like an Imperial Primal Beam. But it also stops Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood, and everything in between. And it's only a $1 Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think that this is a solid investment coming from the Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge that just printed. You're not going to get another opportunity to get this card for a while. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, in my opinion, is the strongest hand trap in the game. Man, throw away that hand trap tier list that I made last week. Actually, don't throw away. Click on it and watch it. It's still relevant. We talk about Phantasme too. But I genuinely think that Phantasme is one of the most dangerous Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the game. And it's mainly because it allows you to draw at least 2 cards and fix your hands. When most players playing Fiendsmith or some type of link-based Yu-Gi-Oh deck, this monster can approach the field as a 2400 attack monster, but also protects your monsters from targeting effects, which is huge right now. The fact that this card can get you into more hand traps, and oftentimes, when combined with Mochumi Parelia, outright wins you Yu-Gi-Oh card games. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme is ridiculously slept on, and I think you guys are going to start to see him in more regional NYCS deck lists so easily. A card that I would start picking up. Let's talk about Silhouette Rabbit. It's going up now. It's almost like somebody did tell you that Silhouette Rabbit was gonna go up in price. When Infinite Forbidden was first released, I told you guys to buy Silhouette Rabbits while they were $7. And now they're about $20. And I'm telling you, you're still going to need to buy it. What Silhouette Rabbit does incredibly well is that it can get you free trap cards to your side of the field. And you're probably losing interest when I say trap card. But these trap cards are not just ordinary, they're extraordinary. Angel Statue as a rune can be able to negate a monster summon, and then there's the Swamp Apopus card that can negate monster effects. Silho Hat can negate cards on the field and it is an illusion monster, so it can't be destroyed by battle. But all of these cards prompt the effect of your Silhouette White Rabbit, which allows you to be able to destroy spell and trap cards on the field. There's also a new strategy coming out called Arc Star, where Silhouette Rabbit can be triggered by these Arc Star monsters and can be made fairly easily. So chat is 100% right. I told you to buy Silhouette Rabbits a long time ago. They're going up, and I don't really think that it's slowing down. So 100% pick those up. Imperial Iron Wall is busted. So is Crossout. Speedroid 2024, my brother, it's not coming out this year. Lancia Ancestral Dragon. I think Lancia Ancestral Dragon is actually one of the most ridiculous cards ever printed. Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge is one of those Yu-Gi-Oh sets that didn't get enough love, and it's simply because we were in a weird time in Yu-Gi-Oh. Nobody wanted to invest into this set because Snake Eyes was hands down the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, but at the same time, there were so many cards that looked ridiculously powerful, and Lancia is one of them. Being able to special summon an Ice Barrier monster from your deck, extra deck, or graveyard? The card's sick. It's a level 10 monster that can be made with a water tutor and a non-tuner. You can place a small Ice Barrier engine inside of your water deck when Rage of the Abyss comes out and make it really, really powerful. On top of that, when they do get rid of Lancia, you get to summon a Ice Barrier monster from your deck. So Zero Trishula and Trishula just so happen to be really powerful cards. Ice Barrier best deck? Hold on, partner. Let's not talk about all of that. But now I think it's time to focus on the 2024 Megatens. We did get some pretty cool reprints, some awesome reprints as you might say, but Konami missed the mark, and instead of giving us all of the reprints for these particular strategies, they gave us stuff like the Memento Field Spell. I'm still don't understand the Memento Field Spell and nothing else. I think that there are some cards that can legitimately be easy buys, cards that you should be buying. Just make sure you're not buying the 10. For starters, I think cards like SP Little Knight are cards that you should 100% buy. We know that the 2025 Mega 10s are 3 secrets per 10, and you only get 12 10s. And with over 100 prismatic secret rares, it's gonna be incredibly hard to find that card. The best time to get it is right now. I'm buying Thrust in S. I do think that Triple Tactics Thrust is a decent buy, but I think you can wait a little bit longer, and it's simply because Thrust isn't a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh card, but that's for a whole different story. I am 100% drooling on some of these quarter-century secret rares, guys. Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician Girl, and even some of the more cheaper ones. I absolutely love how Wake Up Your Elemental Hero is a card that's on there. I absolutely love that the gadgets are $1. And to be honest with you guys, if it's $1 and it's quarter century, I'm buying it. I absolutely love how Unchained Soul Lord Yama is back to being $3. Personally, I would not fall for that same trap, guys. You remember when the original set for Yama came out and the card was $3, $4 and nobody paid attention to it and it blew up to 20? Yeah, guys, 100% buy that. Buy that now. We are in the year of the water and the year of Fiend that's getting support. Leon's favorite Copium deck, Vanquish Soul, my boy. The Vanquish Soul cards are $1 each. Bro, if you get some Cash Tira Fenmers and some Vanquish Soul cards, you cooking long dick style. Table 500 is just waiting on your Vanquish Soul deck. I'm sick. And if you were to ask me, anything that's alternate art, I am not going to cap. There are some good things about this Mega 10. Konami has made some good looking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Didn't necessarily make them easy to get, but that's why we're buying them instead of buying the 10. Buy Typhon already? I think if you need a Typhon, then this is probably one of the best times to buy. I also think that Gravekeeper's Inscription, holy. Gravekeeper's Inscription is one of the most ridiculous cards ever printed to have never been played. I believe in this card like how I believed in Ultimate Slayer. And I'm still 10 toes down on Ultimate Slayer. Look, chat. Look at my toes. Look at my toes. All 10 of them. Hey, no, those feet are for free. Y'all got a sub now. Get those hairy toes. Free foot. I guess I'm Ash Blossom now, right? The last two cards that I want to talk about are pretty speculative. I think that these cards are going to be a hit in the meta. Oftentimes when Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list comes out, we have to figure out what are going to be the next broken cards. Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess being banned has made a huge void. But the card that I actually think is going to be insanely powerful is Nightmare Griffin. For the people that don't know what Nightmare Griffin does is that when it is link summoned, you can discard a card to be able to set a spell or trap card back to your side of the field. This is incredibly good for getting cards like Infinite Impermanence, but if you find a way to get cards like, I don't know, some of the limited cards, Gozen, Rivalry, Anti-Spell Fragrance, well, you can pretty much essentially search them. Nightmare Griffin also prevents special summon monsters from activating their effects if they're not linked. And while we are in a linked-based Yu-Gi-Oh! Format, oftentimes you want to be able to special summon first to be able to get into your link monsters. Cards like Appaloosa finally being banned, it now has the time to shine as the strongest, most oppressive Link 4 monster in the game. And then lastly, if I had to say another card, I would say Power Filter. I think that card's going crazy. Power Filter is one of those cards that's not necessarily great against everything, but it's really good against what it's good against. And those decks just so happen to be decks like Yubel and Fire King, an instant blowout against them. But Power Filter is already a card that I told you guys should buy before it skyrockets in price. It's currently a $7 Yu-Gi-Oh card. And that's all that I have for the cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. Of course, if you want to see more amazing content like this, you already know what to do. Make sure to check out these videos so I can catch you on the next one.